if you want to constantly focus on what the next person is doing, it's not going to do you any good. If you're using it as a benchmark, it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I'd like to see myself one day achieving things that Ali and SK have achieved in their respective fields. That is fine. But now don't be envious with I wish that was me. You know, but use it as a benchmark with the
positive.
I use it positively and not negatively with
positive.
Why are things not happening for me the same way things are happening for SK or for Ali and all of that, because all of that is negative thoughts though. You know, and if you feed yourself more of that, then it just makes you a better person. You SK around, but he's just bitter, dog. His aura is just negative.
Yeah.
And you can feel such energy.
Yeah, I know.
You've just stepped into An Empty Street, a podcast where you casually engage in difficult conversations about relationships, wealth, and health. We are just three curious gentlemen who ask questions almost about everything, and our aim is to find answers from others and within ourselves. We sit down every week to explore unaltered conversations. So let's walk the talk together, and welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
In 3,
2,
1.
we're rolling. Welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
Yeah. Another Tuesday, another week, another day,
Sir.
another class.
Another class.
Oh, another glass.
Yeah, another class. Yeah, man.
We another class.
Do we have gift?
No,
Do
no
I
gifts.
rap?
We are the
We are the gifts.
We are
that keeps on giving. You know, we the gift.
Yeah.
Like we never left.
Other day you sent something in the group by Scoop.
Oh yeah. So I'm sure some of you have seen it if you
Was it
follow.
on Twitter or?
It's on Instagram.
Instagram.
If you follow Scoop Makatini on
Social media.
socials, I don't know if he posted it on his Twitter account or not or whatever, but yeah, I just found it interesting for him to say this.
Yeah.
So I took a screenshot. He said, travel a bit, you will realize that South Africans are the worst type and kind of Africans. I know it sounds harsh, but I never been one to sugarcoat. I know it's the trauma, I know it's the PTSD. I'm saying it so we address it. Every time I travel, whether in the continent or overseas, I dread coming home because the energy at home is really not it. The hate and jealousy among each other has reached boiling points. Respect to all those from home that are the opposite of this narrative. So, I mean, I guess
like
that
how
last
he
part,
put it.
the last part.
I like how he put it.
Like Angati.
He's not attacking.
Taking,
He's addressing.
It's addressing.
Yeah. And you can see Uguti, that's not coming from a response or a reaction.
Yeah.
It's just coming from
trauma
love.
respond,
He's in a good space to actually
And he-
share what he has been
Observing,
Yeah.
It's an observation.
Yeah, that's
and I mean,
dope.
he hasn't been quite active
Yeah.
for a minute now. So I think this is probably first post in a long time.
Yeah.
But I just found it interesting that he would say this. But I guess he
country,
is-
no outside. No.
I don't know at the moment if he's in the country or out. But based off this, I don't
Maybe
know.
he was coming
He's
back.
probably coming back or he's back. So it's one of the two, you know. So maybe to traveling things might look different. You know, the perspective might be different about how South Africans are and how we conduct ourselves. But I feel like it's something that happens everywhere, though. You know, there's those type of people everywhere you go. There's people that will compare. There's people that will be jealous of you or whatever the case is. Everywhere you go, you know. So for him to say South Africans are the worst kind of Africans, I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. And obviously he's not attacking anyone, and he's opening it up for a debate, or for us to unpack, which we are doing.
Yeah, I mean, there could be someone from Nigeria who went abroad and could be feeling the same way
about
when
his
they-
country, his or her country.
Yeah. So I think that part is the part that maybe I can kind of disagree with, but it's his opinion, of course. But in general, I would think that maybe what we should be talking about is the fact that that happens in every country maybe, but is the fact that maybe how are we unhealthy towards each other and towards each other's success as just South Africans? What makes us what could have pushed him to say that?
say this.
Or would he, what kind of people are we towards each other? Ukuthi umuntu can actually go to an extent of saying maybe he did good by saying that. Maybe it's just exaggeration so that we can have this conversation and actually question ourselves with it.
Come back.
Yeah, come back.
I think
Monga checka if maybe singazama ukuthi was into emissionile man of camera ukuthi if maybe see ngeke sikhona ukuyicompare because asikazi sakusaye
we've never-
but now masingayichecka thina as eSouth Africa iyodwa ukuthi ku society esiphila kuyo mawubhekile ubona ngathi siyaphushana siyasupportana noma ubona ukuthi siyaphilisana but siyapretendelana ijealousy ibhaya right. I think into ekhona lapho kule text iyo into ekhona ukuthi kunzima ukuthi uphile nabantu abahlezi bane jealousy mabakubuka just bayasimala nawe but abakujabulelanga uyangithola yiye problem kakhulu ngasho ukuthi most into ekhulumayo lapho ngathiwa say maybe siyibeka nje in one way jealous.
And I think, but with that, right, which is what I was saying earlier with you, that's jealousy occurs across borders. You know, and I feel like he's speaking from a perspective of he's an industry person, and I feel like that's where it happens the most. People are very envious in the industry, you know, because they're celebrities. One envies the other because maybe we were both looking for this gig, Maritola or SK. I didn't get it. Now I'm envious or I'm jealous because Antoine got the gig and he's always getting the gigs. Like the industry is not opening up. It's not open enough to actually include me into production or whatever it is.
Marantona yeki only ukuthi lapho ikhona mara I think la engakusinto icala lapho la ngicala even usakhula sesebantwana le icala la fana nokuthi let's say umzali lena ngithi uyazi lokho esikhathi sikhula then let's say ikhule ifamily lebantwana ne5 obvious sometimes ifamily ayikhona ukuthi into yonke inibhayele maybe let's say impahla ngesikhathi esiwani today maybe bazolisman bazoshaya SK then babuye bazoyenza la the fact ukuthi ngiyazi ukuthi ngiselanini bazongenzela mara the time benzela uSK I feel good because today benzela uSK kunale jealousy nyane ekhona and then ngibheka nalento uSK abamthengele yona next thing mabangithengisela abangithengela efanele ibe more or at least be the same even with the price. Ayeke ukuthi uzongithengela into less then uba la ngathi manje mina ungithandi, you understand. So i comparison i problem yayo icala ukuthi umuntu ucala siyicompare then immediately mase uyiqeda ukuyicompare then say leader to what, to jealous, then from there say banzi siba bitter.
Yeah, and I mean even the school, that's what it's instilling from a very young age. We should be competing as people. I should get more marks than you, so that I can be favorite come or teacher. And then it expands to how we live in society. I want to be better than this person. And I mean, it's good to be the best version of yourself as a human being.
Sure.
But when now it's in relation with someone else, it becomes a problem because you are going to wish bad for the other person. With bang approach the way we're not going to prosper. So I think yizo lezo zinto, like the jealousy, comparing yourself with with another person, being envious, being jealous, yizo lezo zinto, and not being. I don't think even kwizinto zokuthi we are fully there for one another. For instance, you can look at the music industry in the United States. There's a lot of artists for sure, but look at how much they support each other.
Yeah.
Like look at how much concerts at Corner that side, and then you come and look at this side. Or maybe it has to do with bad marketing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, Oguti. I don't think we support each other fully this side. You can even look at our brands. The brands that we consume here are brands
International
mostly
brands.
from international brands. And with our brands Amangane, and of course with not our brands Amangane, but local brands, we barely support them. I did the research the other day mistakenly, Google Loguti, who supplies fries in our country, like the
Restaurants.
frozen fries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
McCain type.
Yeah. Allowed
To restaurants
to
or-
restaurants and
Shops.
Yeah. To Latin social bright and stuff. And I found out Tuguti, it's actually a French company. It's not a South African company. Come on, guys.
So we're
have-
importing chips.
Yeah. No, the brand, the person who owns the company, who does the chips,
This
For
side.
South
This side,
Africa.
is a French
is
company.
a French company.
Mara, it's run this side.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Established in France.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they have a flagship.
The what?
hub. They have a branch hub. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Look at the fries from McDonald's. That's not your typical potato, of course. That one as well, but I don't want to go there. But what I was trying to say, Guti, we don't have full support for our local brands, and we do understand, Guti. One thing we mentioned on that episode we had about local brands or black-owned brands, about the service, and also about the quality, the lack of quality that you will likely find.
Which I feel then kind of hinders.
Contributes to us not supporting each other. Because Statana light.
Light.
If
or
there's
the
a black
businesses
person
take
behind
us
it,
lightly.
yeah.
Businesses take
If there's
us
a
lightly as
black
consumers.
person,
Yeah,
you look
it's
at the
hard to say
service, your home affairs. You look at the service, yama shops. When you come, restaurants. When you come as a black person, but when a white person is actually there,
Yeah, now they wanna pull up
That
their
is
socks.
the problem. And ikona among each other, ukuthi siyanyatsana as black people.
Sure.
And that's why we don't support each other to the fullest. And even if one of us prospers, sizoba nama negative statements eswenzayo to bring down the other person. Yangithola? So maybe uScoop
Yeah.
comes from izinto like lenta ishilo comes
Yeah.
from
Those kind of observations.
things, and we see them everywhere.
Every day into one.
We are one.
Sometimes even there then we told her inside families. Inside. That's why unokuthola ukuthi abanye is ama family member baloyana babodwa.
Yeah.
Babodwa nje bashayelana into abalali. Just because ngesikhathi family member mara ufuna ukuyiqumba phansi. You understand?
Yeah.
What if lo mjida makazobhala into kanje? And I only just external.
Yeah.
Ikhona khona la
It's
ku
in the
family
blood.
and immediately intwana la ile ngizokhothi uyifile ku family i-serious kakhulu unlike uzoyithola outside when then masoyithola ku family then uyabona ukuthi mosashutha ngeindawo because labantu abantu ongasho ukuthi uyabathemba.
But now does that still mean that we are the worst kind and type of people? in this continent.
No, Ntwana, but according to the way
that's what
I feel like that part is a
that
stretch.
part is a stretch.
Yeah, that part
but
is
I
a
think
stretch, though.
maybe it is necessary
Yeah.
because we are having that conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe we forget because
We scratch
I mean
it,
he
yeah.
knows we are not the worst. Human beings are the worst.
Yes.
General.
Yeah.
Not us, Tina. But maybe we forget because this is his home. I mean, he can't say anything about
But other
Nigeria.
countries.
He can't say anything about Namibia or Mozambique.
Sure.
That's not his home. Mara, or maybe we end there a stretcher because he wanted to have that exaggeration just so that people can actually have a conversation about that thing. But yeah, it is a stretch. I don't agree with you.
Yeah.
What?
I think that's the only part that doesn't sit well with me.
With you, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it paints South Africa in.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, maybe another thing is, by putting that, he's actually painting South Africa
in a bad light.
in a bad light and also contributing to the problem.
Yeah, nah, you're not
Also
helping.
being part of the problem.
Hey, kumbuza ulo, le mchiti. Kumbuza lo mchiti ukuthi are you guys aware that you're contributing to the
Ulungile.
Ulungile,
Oh,
yeah.
I'll explain why. And then I'll explain why.
Yeah, but
so,
that was a good conversation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but then we understand ukuthi umchita ubuya va. But as much as ungasho ifana nezinye izinto ze-family, kunezinye izinto ongemelanga uyibeke outside.
Yeah.
Kumele siyikhulume.
Put out your dirty laundry.
Siyisolve inside. But then ama-conversation kuze ukhona ukuthi waspark ukuthi sometimes vese nje upapaze nje.
Yeah.
Kanjani mara
But
masopapazile nje.
how can we solve that problem? How can we become better people?
But i-problem ngayo ibuya kuleya episode ebesibe nayo last week la besikhuluma ngokuthi do we still have hope?
Yeah.
But the only
Don't
thing
have hope for the entire,
yes,
but only hope for the
individuals. Because manje mangathi sikhuluma ngayo leyo sithi sicabanga ukuthi singaba abantu ababhetha sikhona ukuthi into kanjalo sikhona ukuyi-change only individual as let's say when uyakhona ukuthi you-acknowledge kuwe then wazi ukuthi okay mina ngifuna ukucreate i-environment around mina ifeel safe and ingabi nento kanje le nto leyo ungakhona ukuthi uyi-create-ele wena mara uma ngathi uyayithatha nawo ufuna ukuyifaka to i-society akusiyinto ongayiwina uyangithola because immediately uma ngathi uyayithatha uyenza kanje immediately abanye bayafika bayenza ijoke which into serious which into eyenzakalayo most of the time as a country ukuthi into eserious kumele ngabe siba i-conversation nayo siyithatha siyenza ijoke siyalaha next thing seyiphelile seyiphume kanjani.
But I feel like that part of us is kind of what makes us unique, which we don't really dwell on. I get the fact that at some point you have to take things serious, you know, as it comes. But the fact that we don't dwell on things for that long, I feel like it makes us kind of unique and special.
Yeah.
You know, because it's kind of part of our healing process. You know?
Bantwana, do you say are we healing?
Are we healing?
Yeah.
I think we're overdoing it.
I'm saying, Wuti, as much as, because I'm obviously not for it, you know, but I'm not against it either.
Okay.
Based on how we use it. That's the thing. We need to segment these things. Wuti. This kind of situation can be taken into maybe you can make a joke out of it eventually. Some situations are too serious to actually make fun of.
Yeah.
And those are the situations where we sometimes find ourselves in. What they say now, it paints us as a country as really like bad people or whatever. They can't take it seriously because you don't get into Sitata is a joke, you know. And I mean, the root of it is obviously social media. That's obviously where it comes from, because I think I mentioned this on that episode as well. When things were still cut out to just when all you had access to was a newspaper or the news or your community, things were a bit different then.
Sure.
You know, they would maybe we had these thoughts, but you didn't have a platform to kind of I don't even think we probably would have been using social media in this manner if it was back then, you know, because all you're focusing on is your community.
Sure.
And there's not much to actually say about your community. But now when you're exposed to a whole world online, now you're seeing all these other things. You're literally traveling from your couch. And no. Maybe you come across a comment, someone said internationally, you know, on someone's post. So now you want to mimic that person. So funuzenza loyo muntu locally to whoever's post or whatever the case is, you know.
Ngalento ukuthi yakhona ukuyifihla under i-social
Yeah,
media.
you just
And it's easy ukuthi ukhulume nje izinto ezi-rude. Fana ikhuluma ngale episode esayenza ukuthi impact abantu ababhaya immediately mazo-comment or understand impact oyenzayo.
Yeah.
Because uyazi ukuthi anyeke azi ukuthi yini.
yeah.
Unlike as usho ukuthi kuleya society lesingenayo i-social media. Uyazi immediately if mawuzokhuluma into kanjani.
Uyazi ubani.
Uyazi izayi-direct and uyazi ukuthi ukhuluma ubani.
Yeah.
Uyangithola and uyazi ukuthi bazoku-addressa. But manje immediately noma ungathiwa uthini uyazi ukuthi anyeke ukwazi ukuthi yini. Because i-problem maseyivela ukuthi ubani oyishilo. Then ilashaya khona.
Is there, because I'm assuming this is a vent, right? He's venting. Is there a healthy way of venting? Or is all venting just, or is venting healthy, firstly? And then, how do you vent in a way that does not offend the next person?
And I think venting at the end of the day, somehow, I think it's a because if I no kuluma, let's say kuluma something or record indlela engifila ngayo.
Sure.
And ngifuna ukuze-express antwana kuhamba nalento ukuthi somehow khonto eyi-1 or igama eli-1 engizolisho ekehlale nawe.
Sure.
Le nto into engizokhona ukuyibalekela. But into ebalekile ukuthi ngisho
We keep
issue.
it
You
like
understand?
we keep
As
it.
long as ngi-addressile ukuthi then wena mawufika khona into ezofika kunyathele kancane.
How are the comments in the post?
I didn't check. I probably disabled them even. I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as long as ukhulumile ama-feelings akho abe out there, then ukuthi uhlale nawo because it's more special ntwana ayasikila la it
Yeah, it makes it
That
worse.
is just kill ntwana inside.
Manga umuntu sekabhitha ntwana.
Mangela umuntu ndoda sekanenye anger, unenye hate. Kuzizo zonke into ezikanje.
Yeah.
And also as well, people are allowed to feel, and we should respect how they feel as well. Young Todd, it some things might not align.
We delete it.
We deleted.
Yeah.
Some things might not align with.
I wonder why.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Might not align with what we believe or how we think and how we feel.
Yeah.
And sometimes we should just not react to someone just venting and voicing themselves out. It's their reality. I mean, if it doesn't align with my reality, and then
It's okay.
like it's okay, bro. I don't need to react. I don't need to.
You can't react.
I don't need to be hurt.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, I will be hurt, but that's still fine. Young Todd.
Yeah.
And as I said in the previous episode, Uguchi, yeah, we as people, we need love, bro. Like, we need love. That's one thing that we need. And showing each other some love, I think, is the answer for me. And I know that I'm sounding like some philosopher or expert. I'm not an expert in anything.
L-O-V-E.
We need love, bro. Like, we need love.
Like serious.
Yeah, we need to show each other some love as people. This thing, Yoguti, I'm gonna compete with Nceba, is comparing Ali.
And I
like
coast in
it doesn't help, dog. It's just draining me and making me live my life in a way that's not going to be best for me.
Yeah.
But if I'm taking everything with love, I'm treating everyone with love, that way I'm not losing anything. Instead, I'm
You're
feeling
gaining
good.
more. Gaining
I'm
more.
feeling good. So, I think those are my last words, actually. I mean,
For me,
On this
I would just say, dude, like, to expand on what you just said now, right? I feel you just need to kind of just be kind, dude.
Yeah.
Be kind. You know, it's not always easy. There's people that will ruffle your feathers or test you.
Yeah.
You know, but when you can,
Yeah.
like just keep a sane
Do it.
mind. Yeah, who's control and be in tune with yourself, so that you know how to kind of navigate your emotions as well. You know, which emotions to channel
Yeah.
outwards.
Yeah.
You know, because you obviously live amongst people, and people are emotional beings. Yeah, so
Yeah.
one way or another, someone's gonna get triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to avoid all of the triggery and whatever, just dog, be your best version. Once, be your best version, and see where that leads you. See where that leads you, because if you wanna constantly focus on what the next person is doing, it's not gonna do you any good. If you're using it as a benchmark, it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I'd like to see myself one day achieving things that Ali and SK have achieved in their respective fields. That is fine. But now don't be envious with I wish that was me. You know, but use it as a benchmark with the I
Positive.
use it positively and not negatively with
Positive,
why are things not happening for me the same way things are happening for SK or for Ali and all of that, because all of that is negative thoughts though. You know, and if you feed yourself more of that, then it just makes you a better person.
Yeah.
You umangani no to ushayela SK around, but he's just bitter, dog. His aura is just negative.
Yeah.
And you can feel such energy.
Yeah, I know,
You
energy,
can
I
easily
feel
pick it up. And mind you, now it's gonna affect my energy. Well, so avoid those kind of spaces too, where you feel that the energy is just not healthy. Avoid those kind of spaces.
And I think
So,
in
that's me.
Yeah.
enye into abanye abantu ababhaya into abayirealizile ukuthi they no longer want to be the bayibiza ngani a better person.
Yeah.
Uyangithola, a better person okube lo muntu ozothi kwabana ukuthi ube lo muntu ozocolisa or ube lo muntu ozothi okay, let's let it go.
Yeah.
Uyangithola, because
Ego.
babona people will keep fucking you up.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, ngiyabona mangizama ukuthi ngibe better, ngiyabona ukuthi abantu mara they understand babhizi bangigibele ekhaya, so nami rather vele ngibe lo umuntu lo. So uyabona ukuthi lezi zinto lezo once waziya kanje influence i-character yakho, then that means awusasinguwe.
Influence.
Already manje i-character unguwe. That's why sometimes asithathe i-accountability yama-action wethu. Sesibuya kule nto if maybe into soyapinpointa ukuthi ngenziwe ubani ukuthi ngiyenze so, awubi nalento kwe-accountability ukuthi dayide ngiyenza so because yimi lento engenza ukuthi ka-so because i-character yami vele kanje. So yenze ukuthi singakhoni manje ukuthi uma uphila wazi ukuthi uziphilela wena, understand indlela ophila ngayo iphila because nguwe ofuna ukuphila kanjani. But manje sibhizi siyakhombana, ngenzeka so because SK ungenze kanje, ngenzeka so because indlela engikhule ngayo. If you check sometimes enye into engichecka yes South African esibulalayo ukuthi siya blame too much. Anything else uyahlupheka ngiyablame, wenzeka ukuthi ngiyablame, wenzeka ukuthi ngiyablame instead of saying ukuthi
it's
yimi. You understand? I think they even in bangathiwa khona lento lebebakhuluma ngayo ye freedom, bebakhuluma bathi i-freedom asikabi nayo eMzansi. I-freedom esinayo yokuqala kumele siyifight ukuthi ube ne-freedom nawe. If wena ungaba free wedwa and kuba free ukuthi ungapointi,
Free from your mental chains.
mental shackles.
Yeah.
Immediately mawusokhona overcome into kanjalo, then singakhona ukuthi iyise external, then isikhulume ngaleyo freedom. But i-freedom mele icale la kuwe, then bese soyiletha ku-society. The most khona ukuthatha accountability ukuthi if then kungcolile because yithi esingcolisile. Not ukuthi service, but ukungcolisa bobani, ukungcolisa thina. Then immediately masikhona ukuyithatha kanjalo leyo accountability, then it's easy ukuthi sikhona ukuthi sikhulume ngaleyo freedom. Sikhona ukuthi sikhulume nge-service ukuthi kushoda kuphi. But if singakhona ukuthi sezinto kanjalo, whatever senzayo ngeke size sikhulu as a society, still sazoba la no matter 2050 then still sithini sisese ku-apartheid. where's apathetic it? But ke, we keep on living.
Keep on living.
Keep on living. Something else, but as we always say,
Take
take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and take care of your pockets. This is the Empty Street Podcast, and
we're signing out.
Encore.
Peace.